guess you're just going to tell your side more of the same coming up for tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think really important we don't again get carried away. I think going to be another really difficult game. Say it every single week, but genuinely mean it. I think they're actually on a good run of form themselves. To be fair, so I know it's going to be an extremely difficult game. I have to say they've got real good variation in how they play. Got some real young, hungry, energetic players that again can cause problems. So it's making sure we control ourselves, control our focus, our discipline, our work ethic going into the game, and making sure that we're ready to go and have a fight again, and then ultimately show our quality after that.
Does sound like you've just described your side there, doesn't it?
Yeah, nice way of looking at it, definitely. But no, I think the guys they showed that at the weekend. I think it's a really tough game, even against the 10 men of Wickham. It was a really difficult one, and I think that the starting point is always that earning the right to play, which comes down to matching the fight, matching the work ethic, desire to compete. That has to be the starting point for any football match for us. So I have to say, give credit to the guys. They've done that every game, which has then allowed us, then take control and show our quality on the ball. So important we don't overlook that, and we make sure we're ready to go and do it again tomorrow.
It's a very disciplined message, isn't it, that you send out. It's not to get carried away. It is to earn that right, and I think that discipline runs throughout the side, and just feels like they're a really well drilled unit at the moment.
Yeah, the season's so long. We're still 37 games to go, so it makes no sense whatsoever to get carried away with anything at the moment. I think it's always that a bit of a sweet spot in terms of what you take from previous games. The momentum, the confidence, the real positives. But I think how we work is also going right. We can even be better than what we are at the moment. So I think it's really important we don't rest, we don't get carried away, we don't take it easy. I think constantly looking to improve collectively, individually, culturally. I think is something that's really important for me. It's never getting comfortable, never resting, which again will probably drive the players mad. But I think it's really important if we want to be the best we can.
There must be some excitement there, though. I mean, as you say, there's so much more to come from this team. From everybody watching can see that they're winning games and not necessarily all firing on all cylinders all of the time. You must be going home thinking, "Cool, I've got a real chance here of doing something excellent with this team."
Yeah, and I think not so much down to me. I think it's the staff, and most importantly, it's the players that make that happen. I think that mustn't be overlooked. That we all play our part in it, but it's the players that step on the pitch and deliver it, and that's credit to them. They've really owned that. They've grabbed it. They're in a really good spot in terms of making good decisions for me at the minute, and that's the thing that we have to keep looking at. And why we keep reflecting and working like we do. So yeah, no, really pleased with that element of the group and how they're owning it.
Do you think other teams are starting to sit up and pay attention to MK Dons now?
I've had plenty of messages, which is driving me mad, to be totally honest. I'd like to, yeah, stay under the radar from that perspective, especially given where we're at. I think, like I said, there's so much football still to be played. I think it's really important, don't get carried away. I think at the same point, like I say, the group should feel confident. They should feel in a good place, and they should be, looking forward to each game. And I feel that at the minute. I feel like they're looking forward to getting into the next game, and they're confident going in, feeling they can get something from it. I think the biggest bit for me and the staff is to keep educating them why. So if it's, if we, the games we've won, why did we win them? What were the key aspects? And there's a lot of talk around, the controlling possession and the number of passes and all that. But what we mustn't overlook is the number of set pieces we had to defend at the weekend was extremely high. There was 4 consecutive corners where huge credit to the guys how they defended it, and just showed a real desire and determination and grit to go and attack the ball and deal with it. Showed good ability to refocus and land on second phases on set pieces. So for all the bits around the in possession stuff, for me the out of possession's been terrific, and been delighted with that, and that that has to be the platform for us to be successful.
How much progression do you think you've seen since you've taken over?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one to measure and to actually track and put numbers on. I think a lot of it comes from your eyes, and we as a group of staff are constantly watching back performances collectively, individually, in units. And I think there's been a large elements. When you just look at structurally in and out of possession, the progress has been the biggest thing. And I think you also get that just the transition, what they were asked to do previously to now is different. So that's probably the most impressive thing in terms of how quickly they've adapted and changed to what we've been asking them to do. So if we talk about measuring progress, I think the progress has been down to the players and their ability to learn and take on the information that we're giving them, and that's why ultimately I think you then see the improvement in the performances and the certain successes that they've had recently.
We mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. You wanting to make Stadium MK a place to fear. I think, given the performance on Saturday, it's now beginning to be that place, isn't it?
I hope so, and I want us to keep fighting to make that the case. I think we want to make it a difficult place to come and play. Due to our style, how big the pitch is, how good the pitch is. How we move the ball, how difficult we are to beat. How well we defend, etc. I want it to become that place where teams yeah, it looks like a great place, but actually it's going to be a real difficult afternoon. They're going to have to do a lot of running, and I think even second half, hearing the fans getting behind the team again gave us, I felt a bit of a lift at a real crucial time. So that was a real big positive. When Wickham had a few moments, obviously second half, and momentum, spiked a little bit from them. I felt the whole stadium, players and staff and fans were able to actually shift it back onto us again. So I wanted to become that place that's really really difficult for oppositions to come, and I wanted to be a place where the fans come and enjoy watching us play.
Just finally, it didn't appear to be any injury concerns at the weekend. Good, clean bill of health pretty much now?
Pretty much now, yeah, which again gives me lots of really good headaches in terms of squad selection, and I think really important if we talk about optimal performance. We're gonna have to make changes. We're gonna have to move things around a little bit just to make sure people we can sustain such a high level. So really important message for everybody again is that the starting 11 can only be as ready as well as the 25 help support them get ready for that. So we're all in, everybody's going to play their part, and I'm looking forward to going again tomorrow night.